Hello students, welcome to the online classes of geography of class 10. Today, first I am going to start with the map pointing as per your syllabus. This is the plotting of the soil map and I am just showing it over here. According to that order, you also do the same work and paste it in your copy and submit your work. Now the first soil that I am going to plot. Hopefully you are aware about the 6 type of the soil that is found in India. The first soil that I am going to start to plot is the mountain soil. Now see, it is covering the state of Jammu and Kashmir, entirely Jammu and Kashmir. Then it is going to the state of it's going to the state of Himachal Pradesh. Then it is coming to Uttarakhand. Now Nepal is also having a mountain, but though it is not in our jurisdiction, it's not a territory of our country, so I'm going to leave out Nepal. I'll move direct to Sikkim. Sikkim, northern part of West Bengal. Now just adjacent to that we are having Bhutan. I'm going to leave out Bhutan. And then the northern fringes of Arunachal Pradesh. I'm using the word northern fringes of Arunachal Pradesh, not entire Arunachal Pradesh. Here comes the mountain soil, and in that same order we'll just color the index, and here you will write the name of the soil, that is mountain soil. Now the next soil that we are going to plot is the alluvial soil. Now alluvial soil covers the state of Punjab, entirely Haryana, comes to Uttar Pradesh, entire Uttar Pradesh. It moves to the part of southern Uttar Pradesh in this order. Now it covers the entire state of Bihar, northeastern edges of Jharkhand. After shading out entire Bihar, the northeastern Jharkhand, entire West Bengal, just leaving the part of western West Bengal. That is, you can see this part is left out. This is the part of our district and Bakuda where we don't have the alluvial tract. Now we will move to northeast Assam, where we are having again the Brahmaputra Valley, that is the alluvial tract. We are having the alluvial tract over here. Next, the alluvial zone is there in the eastern coastal plain. The edges of eastern coastal plain is also have the deposition of the alluvial soil. Now this is coastal alluvium. This is coastal alluvium, and this is inland alluvium. Alluvium brought down by the rivers, and this is alluvium deposited by the that is oceans, sea. Now there is another part left out for the alluvial tract is the narrow fringes of Rajasthan and little bit of Madhya Pradesh, where we are having the alluvial tract too. Now why this alluvial tract is there in Rajasthan? It is due to Satluj river, and we are having a part in the Gujarat also where we are having this alluvial tract. So here we completed the soil type, that is alluvial. Now I am going to move for the Now I'm going to move for the desert soil. Now Rajasthan part is there entirely, that is the northwestern Rajasthan, where we are having the desert soil. This part is the desert soil. This entirely is the desert soil. I missed out the shading out for the alluvial soil index. This is desert soil. You have to write down the name over here, desert soil. Next, we will plot the black soil. Now, this part of Gujarat, we are having a tinge of black soil. Then, from this edge of Maharashtra, we are having the area of the black soil going towards parts of Telangana, covering this parts of Madhya Pradesh, and this entirely is a black soil region. This is black soil zone. This entirely is a patch of black soil, the plateau region part. That is why it is having a zone of black soil. This is a black soil area. Now next, to shade out the index black soil, let me just shade out the alluvial soil index of 2. This is the alluvial soil. Now next we will plot the lateritic soil. Now the lateritic soil, we all know it has been formed by the process of leaching, and leaching is very much prevalent in the areas of heavy rainfall. Now this is the western part of the Western Ghat, where we are having the zone of lateritic soil, this zone where the rainfall is heavy. The Chambal Basin area, this is the Chambal Basin area where we are having a patch of laterite. Here the Odisha plateau where we are having a patch of laterite, and then this is the Meghalayan plateau where we are having a lateritic soil region. Now the left, let me just plot the index, the lateritic part. Now the last type of soil that is left out is the red soil. Now the leftover areas that is there in the part of Madhya Pradesh, entirely the left out part where we are having this, sorry, it moved to this part, it's my mistake, don't do this mistake. I am shading out the areas of the entire leftover region of southern India where we are having a red soil type. This is entirely the red soil zone, and the part of this Arunachal Pradesh that is bit left out is the red soil, and the northeastern states which are left out is also having a red soil region. This is entirely the red soil zone. So we have completed our plotting of the soil. We have completed a plotting of the soil type, and you will also do the same thing on the map, and you will paste it in your copy and you are going to submit to in the worksheet. Now I am going to move the main thing that is left out. Basically, normally we plot out for the main Indian mainland. The part that is left out, that is Andaman Nicobar Island Group and the Lakshadweep Island Groups. Now Andaman Nicobar Island Group is having a soil type that is black. Here we are having black soil because it is volcanic in origin, and here that is due to excessive calcium. You have already studied in class 9 that this is not volcanic origin, rather it is coral origin, that is deposition of the calcium. So here the color of the soil is silvery, means it's having a whitish tinge. So though it is not there in your syllabus, but I'm just pointing it out, it is nearly a white type of soil which is there in this category. Now next I'm going to discuss about today's class related to the question answers session. The topic that I am going to discuss today is the NCRT question, CBSE board questions, and already I have completed the map pointing of the soil type. Now the first NCRT questions, hopefully if you are having the book, it is quite good, and if you don't have, just follow the this questions and write your answers. Follow the slides and write the answers. Name the 3 states having black soil and the crop which is mainly grown in it. It is already there in my note. The second question, what type of soil is found in the river deltas of the eastern coast? Just now I plotted. You have seen what type of soil it is there, and you have to just mention the soil features of that type of soil. That means the features of alluvial soil. What steps can be taken to control soil erosion in the hilly areas? We discussed many steps for controlling the soil erosions, but in the hilly areas specifically, number 1, contour ploughing, number 2, terrace farming, number 3, formation of check dams or embankments. Basically, these are the steps that we can use to control the soil erosion in the hilly areas. And the last question that is given over here is, what are biotic and abiotic resources? These are 30-word questions. Now next comes the long question. Explain land use pattern in India and why has the land under forest not increased much since 1960-61. Now it has already been described nicely. You have note down the pie diagram, that is differences, the categories of the land use that made increase, the categories of the land use that made decrease, and what is the reason behind it. The answer is related to that part only. Next question, how have technical and economic development led to more consumption of resources? Now we can see that in the earlier era, when it was the early age, where there was only a sedentary type of life was developed, it was only agriculture, that too a mechanical agriculture or commercialized agriculture was not there. It was basically a manual agriculture, and there was no more consumption of resources was not there. But gradually when the population increased, the industrial revolution has increased the level of technology, the literacy level have increased. So what is the resultant? Advancement of the technology have resulted in the more utilization of the resources. When we are saying that advancement of the technology, the land is used quite a more times. That is why the fallow lands are not more in number. It is less, gradually reducing, because now we are able to cultivate the soil in various types of that is agricultural techniques. Second, the hilly areas can be transformed into a transportational network can be transformed into an agricultural plot. That is also a technical development. Third, the water can be tamed out for the generation of the hydroelectricity. That is also a technological development. And then various minerals which are there within the earth's crust, we are using the technical that is the knowledge of mining or technique of mining, and then with the help of that we are extracting it and we are transforming it into a various types of products by using the method of production, that is manufacturing. So there are various examples how technical and economic development has led more consumption of resources. It is a 5-mark question. You have to write down the answer within 5 points. Okay, now next we are going to moving to the board questions of this chapter. Now 2010, the first question, how a gift of nature becomes a resource. It is how that is resource is being transformed. The diagram of that triangle, that is how human being interacts with the nature in a with a proper technology at a particular institution. That will be the answer. You have to split up into 3 points. Next question, differentiate between biotic and abiotic resource. Next, renewable and non-renewable. All these are common, that has already been discussed in the note. What are the problems faced due to the development of resources? The problems, that is depletion of the resources. Next, that is division of the society. Then comes indiscriminate utilization, over exploitation, misuse. All these comes under this category of this question, is points of this question. Next question, what are the steps included in the process of resource planning? The 3 stages that has already been mentioned in the note. Just follow the note thoroughly. 2011, differentiate between Khadar and Bangar type of soil. Next, what are the main advantages of India's land and a variety of relief features? That is the plain, how much percentage is there and what is it benefit? Then mountain, what is there, and then plateau, what is the benefit of all these 3 basic categories of the relief features. Next is 2012, differentiate between potential and developed resources. Next, explain how the various factors influences the soil formation. Support with example, that is the clogged part, climate, organism, relief, parent, bedrock, time. You have to support it by example. Difference between black soil and alluvial soil. All these are 5-mark question. Write the factors responsible for soil erosion. So you have to write some factors of physical factors and some human factors. Next, differentiate between sheet and gully erosion. 2013, the question was again repeated, difference between alluvial and black soil. It was also in 2013, the question was of 3 marks. 2014, what is the importance of land resource? The importance of land resource means we are getting all sorts of resources. It is a base for the economic activities. It supports life, both living organisms, means both plant and animal kingdom. What are the problems faced due to the development of resource? Again, it's a repetition of the question of previous years. Now the next question of 2015. What are the measures that taken to solve the problem of land degradation? The measures are also there, that is afforestation, proper farming techniques. Then comes the formula, that is check dams. All those reducing irrigation facilities or judicious utilization of the land, in that order. There are many measures that is mentioned in the note. Just follow the note thoroughly. Differentiate between biotic and abiotic. Again, it's a repetition. 2017 also it's a repetition. 2018, what are the needs for the conservation of the resources? Why it is very important to conserve the resources? Because more resources are very much important for the continuous development. Some of them are exhaustible and we have to continue the rate of development. We have to accelerate the rate of development. For that we have to conserve the resources. Now next comes the year 2019. There was no question from this chapter, and this year 2020, the question that was given, describe the importance of an equitable distribution of resources in the society. Now, what will be the answer to this question? If there is equitable distribution, then the society would not be divided into haves and have-nots. Second, there will be equal consumption of the resources, or what we can say, there will be optimum consumption of the resources. And third, there wouldn't have been any sort of regional disbalance or imbalance in the society. So thus it is very important to have equitable distribution of resources in the society. The next question, it is also of 3 marks. Describe the need of resource of human society, why it is needed. And 1 mark question was there in a form of a fill in the blanks. A, solar and wind energy, what type of resource it is? Mineral and fossil fuels, what type of resources are these? So this is related to your CBSE board question. Now let me just clarify that already I have given many questions in the worksheet, and many of them are submitting their work through their site where their homework has to be submitted. But still there are many who are not responding to the work that is given to be submitted. It is very important, or it is what I mean to say, it is compulsory to submit, because this will be recorded as your work for the assessment. Now you know that when the classes are going, normal classes are going to help, it is nobody know about that. If the worksheets have been submitted on time, the teachers are responding to the assessment through their rectifications, so it will be marked as that you have done your work, and on that basis you will get your internal assessment marks. So if you are not following the video, or if you are not following the work and not submitting, that means you are going to lose your marks. So it is compulsory for all the students to submit their work. And if you are having any doubts, just mention it in the comment section. And thank you for following the class.